What's up guys, Chooch back with another video, and this is the Gotway MCM5. This is the fastest 14-inch electric unicycle they've ever made. There's a lot of electric unicycles out there that are 14-inch. Basically, that was the starter wheel. That was where pretty much everybody kind of hit the ground running about 3 years ago. A lot of the guys that are starting now are starting on like the 16S and stuff, and I envy them because that's a lot better starting place. But like the air wheels and stuff like that, those 14-inch wheels, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, honestly, about 14-inch wheels, and I didn't think that there was much potential for them. Whenever I rode that air wheel around, I mean, it felt like there was potholes. It felt like there just wasn't power to it. It felt like it just was eaten up by the terrain around it. I got this thing, and it is absolutely blown my mind. I've put more miles on this unicycle in a shorter amount of time than I have on any unicycle because it is so much fun. I've had it right by the door. It charges really quick, and it's just incredibly. This wheel right here is so much fun for doing tricks, little technical stuff that I would have never thought I'd be able to do. I took it out and did some almost like, you'll see in the video coming up, it's almost like some like trials bike riding, you know, like hopping up rocks and stuff, really technical riding where you're going up a rock and you're having to hit a perfect little line, you know, you're having to pick your line and go right up this really particular spot in order to get over this obstacle or whatnot. And this thing is just really fun for doing all that type of stuff that you can't really do on an 18 or 22-inch wheel. Or even a 16-inch wheel. You have to have a 14-inch or either smaller wheel to do certain little technical things that are just extremely fun. But with this wheel right here, you can get about 20, they say about 25 miles per hour for a rider that's over 150 pounds. So for me, this thing is just snappy. Like I'm 120, about 120 pounds, and so I can get on this thing and it just rips. It's even said that you can get about 28 miles an hour out of this thing being under 150 pounds. So and it's true. Like I got the on the Darkness Spot app, I got it up to 31.6 miles an hour, and that was coming downhill, but still, I mean, that's crazy fast for a 14-inch wheel. I mean, even coming downhill, the fact that it allows you to get that fast without tilting you back, without, you know, going over the amount of beeps for cutoff. But I mean, it's incredible the speed you can achieve on this, and it is so much more fun at that high speed. It feels like you're going faster because it is a 14-inch wheel. So it's fun in its own way for sure. And so your range expected out of this is about 40 miles of range on a full charge. It is an 800 watt-hour battery. The way the range is rated, it's rated at about 12 miles per hour, 150 pound rider, and that's relatively using about 20 watt hours per mile. So that's how they break it down. Most people are going to go faster than that, like myself. And whenever I'm going fast on this thing, full speed or whatever, I could get 30 miles out of this. Before, that's not 30 miles completely drained. It's 30 miles to the point where it's like you know, like it's below 20%. And you're starting to get that annoying beeping going on. I don't like riding like whenever the beeping's going on, so I usually try to make it back or either charge up somewhere before or when it gets to 20%. You know what I mean? So I had to get about 30 miles out of it, so you can get 40 miles out of it for sure. Just taking it easy, you know, 12 miles per hour, no problem. So there's a 1500 watt motor in this thing, packed in this little tiny wheel right here. And so the thing that makes this, it's super torquey is the fact that there is such a strong, powerful motor packed in this wheel, and there's no spokes at all. So if you think about like gearing on like a motorcycle or something, this thing is just completely geared to where the motor is almost the entire outside diameter of the wheel, if that makes sense. So like on your, like, say on your 18-inch wheels or whatever, your motor's taking up a lot less inner diameter of the wheel, and you have like some spokes in there to take up some of that space. And so it's basically, this thing is just geared. I mean, there's no gears in it, but it seems like it's geared to be really torquey, you know what I mean? Because it's such a strong motor packed in such a small space. And there's just, I mean, it's wild how fast this thing climbs up hills. will just take off over a little jump. Like you can find like a little root or like a little hill or a little like rock or something, and you just torque off of it. I mean, just like bounce. I mean, it's crazy how fast this thing will just accelerate. It's a lot of fun. So that's 3 times more powerful than the Segway S1 and the Solo wheel, and then it's twice as powerful as the Kingsong 14S. So the Kingsong 14S is rocking I think like an 800 watt motor in it. So this thing is almost twice as powerful as the Kingsong 14S. And so your 800 watt hour battery pack, I think it's plenty of range. I never ran into an incident. I carried my charger with me on longer rides because I thought, you know, maybe I'd run out because it is 800 watt hours, and I'm used to having, you know, like the Gotway M Super X or something like the X18XL on the rides I go on. And so I took the charger with me, but I never ran into a circumstance where I had to stop and charge or anything. All my rides were, I mean, I got back to the house without even trying to, you know what I mean? It impressed me on the range that it has for such a small wheel. And what I loved about it is the fact that this thing, I'd come in from a ride, you know, running it down to like 50% or so. I'd pop it on the charger, and I'd just be walking by over there, and I'd be like, holy cow. I'd be like, is it really already charged? It'd already be green. And it was like, it felt like maybe 35, 40 minutes. You know, it wasn't any time at all before this thing was charged back up, ready to go, which is impressive because a lot of the other wheels, I mean, they'll take a good while to charge, even with some of the rapid chargers out there. So what allows this wheel to be so high performance and not have an overheating problem, and not have a problem with all the torque it has and going up hills and not burning MOSFETs, is because the new generation MOSFETs they put out about this time last year is when this wheel came out. And so it's been out for a while, but it's kind of like a hidden gem in there that not a lot of people want a 14-inch wheel, you know. But I mean, it's definitely, it's there for the people that want to do stunts, want to do tricks, want to have that fun wheel, you know, just to play on and have that's convenient, ready to be there. I think it's a good starter wheel. The MOSFETs, they support insane aggression. Like whenever you're trying to do, you know, like the hard braking, whenever you're going up, like in the skateboard park the other day, like how I'd come down and, you know, you're coming down at an angle, like on a slope or something, and you're leaning back at the same time, and it's putting a lot of stress on those MOSFETs. And on wheels like the first version ACM and stuff, they're having so many problems with it. Like even the 9x1E Plus, I popped so many motherboards in that wheel, just, you know, doing hard stuff where I'm coming back on the wheel hard. I tried to sit down riding the 9x one time, and for instance, that blew out the MOSFETs. And they've really improved since then, where you can do insane stuff and not mess the MOSFETs up. And since this wheel has come out, they haven't had any problems with any problems with MOSFETs breaking on the motherboards. eWheels hasn't reported any issues with the MCM5. If y'all know any out there, let me know. But there hasn't been any issues with the new motherboard, and that's incredible because I mean the amount of stress I put on this thing. I mean, I took it and just went rock hopping and took it out to a mountain bike park and whatnot. Y'all see on the videos. I mean, it's incredible what this thing will handle. Whenever you're going to like sand or you're hitting mud or sudden stops like that, say if you're going up to like a root or something and you're expecting to roll over the top of that root, but say you come to a dead stop on it, you say you don't have the momentum to get over it or whatever, that can be detrimental to some wheels. I mean, some wheels that'll just pop on impact. You can see that on YouTube. EGC Extreme actually has a video of that, but it can happen, and they've completely negated that from happening. So that's cool about this wheel for sure. Things I really like about this wheel: it's convenient, small, lightweight, it's non-intrusive. Whenever you're going into a business, going into like my college or whatever, it's just super small, out of the way, you know what I mean? You go in there with the M Super X, something big like that kind of stands up tall or whatever it may be, it's gonna raise eyebrows or whatever. This, I mean, it just looks like nothing. I mean, you're just pushing in something really small and non-intrusive. I really like that about it. The trolley handle is actually really nice on this thing. When you crash, the trolley handle is not going to get damaged because it literally fits right into the side of the wheel perfectly. So they did it well, and it is sturdy for what it is. It doesn't look sturdy, but it is really sturdy because you're not pushing around a big 18-inch heavy wheel or anything. This wheel is 37 pounds, but it still cuts off like that 8 or so pounds from the bigger wheels. That I mean, that's getting heavy up there. When you're getting to like 48, 50 pounds or so, that's a heavy wheel. It's your first wheel and you're just getting into electric unicycles, you can't go wrong with this bad boy. It's going to be easy to learn on. It's going to be something you can keep for a while. You're not going to be looking to upgrade immediately after getting it or anything like that. It's going to satisfy you. I think it's really you get a lot for your money with this wheel. That's what I really like about it. You get a high performance Gotway wheel for about $1,000, which is, some of them are even going for 22. I mean, on AliExpress, people are paying $2,600 for Gotway M Super X, but you get a solid performance wheel, good price, and for you guys out there that have a whole fleet of wheels, I think it's great to add to it just for the novelty of it. Having a smaller wheel to go do something where you don't want to fully gear up for, or go do a little technical trail or do some technical rock riding or something like that, you can't beat this wheel, and I think it'll be fun for everybody. And whether you believe it or not, you'll stack miles up on this thing. You will absolutely stack the miles up on this thing quick if you do get it. If y'all enjoyed the video, throw it a thumbs up. Link in the description takes you straight to eWheels. We're doing pre-orders right now for the King Song 16X. We're doing pre-orders for the Gotway Nikola as well. They're only $500 for the pre-order. The MCM5s are in stock on eWheels. M Super X's are in stock. Everything's pretty much stocked up right now. So whatever wheel you're looking into, whatever interests you, check out eWheels. Links in the description, guys. Go ahead and get you something nice. Summer is the best time for electric unicycles. Y'all probably know that. The winter time is great doing snow riding and stuff, but man, during the summertime, just getting on this and doing whatever errands you can, ride until 8 o'clock at night because the sun doesn't set till then. That's incredible. Anyways, dudes, it's been Chooch. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.